Hey, Hyperdrive, I'm here with Catherine Sutherland, who is, I think, has played the most Pink Rangers out of everybody.
I think I have.
Yeah.
I've 4 different costumes at least.
That's right, the Najeti and then 3 Rangers. So, Catherine, you might be my parents' favorite Power Ranger.
Why is that?
When I was a kid, I absolutely had to have my littlest sister be the Pink Ranger. So I was calling her Kimberly. So I was saying, all right, Kimberly, Kimberly, Kimberly. I was telling everyone to call her Kimberly. They were getting very mad at me.
Yeah.
It got to the point where the babysitter started calling her Kimberly because she thought that's what her name was. My parents were saying, no, that's not her name. It's Catherine.
Oh, that's
So then when you came on the show and became the Pink
really
Ranger, I was like, everything worked out.
That's very
So
cool.
it's very cool to be talking with you today.
Yeah.
Catherine,
Hi, Catherine.
this is you kind of. So you came on the show in the middle of season 3, replacing the Pink Ranger. What was that like coming into Mighty Morphin when it was at its craze?
Well, in Australia, it really had only just started airing, so I didn't really know much about the show. But when I came here, it was just, I kind of walked into these rock stars. They were just so huge, and I was kind of taken back. I remember going to the premiere for the first time and seeing the magnitude of the show at that point and being like, oh, wow. And then realizing how popular Kimberly was, and I had big shoes to fill. She was a very popular character, so that was a little intimidating once I kind of realized what I was, that I'd replaced someone like that. But I think they tried really hard to establish my character as a very different person, and I felt like in Zeo I really started to take my stride and get to have my own identity a little bit.
Yeah, it can always be hard to replace someone, I imagine, but you definitely did make the character your own, so
Yeah.
you got to be your own person,
They were
which was
very
nice.
Kat and Kimberly were very different. Kat was very serene and very calm and Kimberly was more bubbly and valley girl, and we were very different. Strong but different.
I always got the feeling that Kat was kind of going along with Serene, kind of like almost motherly, which kind of came into effect with Turbo when Justin came on the team.
Yes, absolutely. She definitely had that motherly, nurturing quality, and she was always taking care of everybody. I really liked that about my character.
So when you got in the show in the middle of season 3, did you have to play a lot of catch up to go to like a boot camp and learn about the show and get thrown in there, or?
No, I just really got thrown in the deep end, and because my character was evil to start with, I didn't really have to worry so much. I kind of learned as I went about the Power Rangers, and I really, to be honest with you, the conventions has taught me so much more about the show than I realized when I was on there, because we were filming so much, and it was all the morphing and the Zords, that was all so confusing to me.
Right.
So now I watched it with my kids, and I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense to me now. When I was on the show, I had no idea what all that was. So, we used to film several episodes at once, so you didn't quite know what was going on, and they would just give you the sides for the part that you were reading, so we didn't always get the whole script all the time. So, it all just pieced together somehow, though, so beautifully.
You don't know what the big picture is, you just know it's there somewhere.
Yes, exactly. And obviously they did something right, because it's still going 20 years later, so...
Yeah. So you mentioned watching the show with your kids. What is that like? Watching? You're a superhero on this kid show. How did they find out? Did you say, "Hey, look at this thing I'm in," or did they say, "I was watching something and I think you're in it"?
No, their friends actually had seen it, so they heard, and then they know because I go to conventions and stuff that I was a Power Ranger. My daughter's really thinks it's pretty cool now. She's 8, so she's starting to kind of get the number on it. I watched Turbo movie with them. That was the first thing I showed them. And their favorite episode was when I was the cat monster. That was their favorite one. They loved it. But they don't actually watch the show, believe it or not. Yeah, so it's kind of a relief. I don't really want to hear myself, 24 hours a day. But I think maybe they're coming into that age of, getting to know it a little bit better now.
So you said Cat Monster. You also voiced a couple monsters, if I remember, even after you left the show, right?
Yeah, Tesla in Forever Red, and then I did a lot of monster voices for them. Like I did background sounds for them. I've done a lot of stuff for the show that's behind the scenes. It's kind of fun to go back.
Awesome. So I can tell by your accent you are Australian, yes? Because the movie was in Australia. Were you acting in Australia before you got on Power Rangers and you did that audition?
Yes, I was. I went to a performing arts high school, and so I did a lot of theatre and Shakespeare and all of that stuff. And then when I left high school, I did a lot of theatre, a lot of musicals and pantomime and plays, and then I did a few shows in Australia, a few commercials and modelling. And then I got the show when I was 20, so I was over here. So only a couple of years of acting there.
That's a busy couple of years, though.
Yeah, it was. I'm very grateful. I've been very blessed in my life. Great opportunities.
Now, you have a Facebook page, which I follow, and I think you said a while back that you are either narrating or voicing a children's book. Is that right?
I've written a children's book.
Narrating and voicing. Writing.
Yeah,
those are the two same things.
I've written a children's book, but you probably heard that I do voiceover for a lot of toys and things like that. So I did a voice on a toy called Password Journal, and my daughter's friends are now hearing my voice all the time, and it's so funny. But yeah, I love doing the voiceover stuff. It's so fun.
So tell us a little about the book you wrote.
I've done two. One's based on my daughter, one's based on my son. The one that I'm starting with is called The Boy with the Heart on His Sleeve. It's about my son, and I'll leave it there because it's a sweet book. It's kind of similar style to The Giving Tree, if you know that book. And then the other one is a series. It's about a little girl and a balloon. So, yeah.
We're gonna have to keep an eye out for that then.
Yeah. It's being illustrated, and I have to kind of wait on the artist to let me know when he's ready. So it might take a little time to get out, but I'm really excited about it. So.
And this show is called Power Rangers Essentials. We kind of talk about the must-see episodes of the show. What is a must-see episode for Kat? When is she the most memorable for you?
I felt like Zeo, they really started to evolve her character. I liked the one with Smokey the dog. That was a good one. I really liked the one in Turbo, Wait and See, where she's kind of struggling with her self-esteem, having issues with her weight. Someone says that she's too big to be a dancer or something, and she starts to get self-conscious. I just really liked the moral message of that one. And I really loved Different Shade of Pink when I was becoming the Pink Ranger. I loved all that series. The 3 episodes was so fun.
Yeah, that's one of the most memorable arcs of the show as a whole, yeah. And would you say, you talked a little bit about the morals, was there one that really meant a lot to you because the show got to teach a lot of lessons and morals to the kids?
Yeah, I mean, I felt like my character had a lot of storylines that were very moral because of who she was. You know, when she was showing a lot of the humanitarian side of herself, she was an environmentalist building for the homeless, Habitat for the Homeless or something. I really liked that Wait and See episode because I felt like that really spoke to girls about their self-esteem and, you know, not worrying so much about what's on the outside, it's what's on the inside that matters the most. I loved that message. And I loved in Zeo that she did a lot of stuff with animals, and she just did a lot to take care of the environment and others, and I just think overall my character was very moral, you know, a lot of moral stories there.
Great, yeah. You taught a lot of great lessons. It's Steve.
Really?
I am. He's my jiu-jitsu instructor.
He is amazing at jiu-jitsu.
He is, yeah.
Go to his studio.
Force Balance, Burbank. Do it. All right. That was a good plug. All right, thank you so much, Catherine. It was an honor interviewing you. I will see you around Power Morphicon.
Absolutely.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching my interview with Catherine Sutherland. If you liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know what your favorite Pink Ranger Catherine Sutherland played was. She was 4 if you count the Ninjetti costume. We do nerdy videos and Power Rangers interviews every Wednesday, and next week we actually have something a little bit different, an interview with a monster from Power Rangers. So if you don't want to miss our Pineapple the Clown monster interview, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys with that video next week. All right, punch it.